Let's keep going then on this relationship between live and then online, and now there's more. We're more of a victim to the algorithm these days, and on one hand, I love this podcast. I think that the podcast is the freedom. There's no ad breaks to tell me what to do. I can record as long as I want. Who gives a fuck? But there's no let's say music industry or some sort of label in my way. But there's now one. It's called the YouTube algorithm, and it's now the record label kind of standing in my way. How has that changed your game?
Yeah, it's super weird because like I'm still not over it.
I don't think anyone is. I
really I don't want to say I dislike it because like it's mostly it confronts me in Spotify. Like sort of Spotify has this thing where there's certain type of music that ends up in the playlists because it's just playlistable. You know, it has music that has sort of certain playlist characteristics. It's very similar to other type of music in the same genre. It has a certain tempo. It has certain harmonic stuff. It's not too crazy, you know, stuff like that. And it ends up in these playlists, like a lot of playlists. And then because it's in these playlists, it's sort of the growth of this tune is logarithmic. You know, it just skyrockets.
Is that the equivalent of, being radio friendly before? Is that...
It's similar, but radio sort of had these... it was still human, if you know what I mean, because it was chosen by, guys on the radio, DJs. They were like, okay, I like this track, I like that one, I don't like this one, you know. But now it all comes down to these, it has to have this generic sort of package, or I don't even know. It's very strange because I can almost tell you the formula now because like I never could have done it before because like with pop music even you need something that's, you know, something really new or something catchy or something that's and it's even like that today because like the high end, the A level, the 10% or 2% of all music which gets to this, you know, like really high level is still relatively special in that sense, even like, you know, top 40 stuff. But then there's this huge number of these, you know, like tracks that are molded exactly like the formula, and they fit into this category, and these are the ones that are actually making a lot of money on the plays. Like they're in the playlists, and they get rotated a lot, and then a lot, and a lot. So it's a really funny way at the moment how it works, because you were going to say something.
No, I'm fascinated. I've got so many things to ask about this, but keep on going if you...
Yeah, it's just no, I lost it, but
that's all right. Is that so is that separate, like from what I understand, there is almost methods and there's a particular structure to a good pop song, and you sort of alluded to it in your own words just now, and I think most people kind of get that. You know, a general pop song, what we might know as a pop song, probably has verse, chorus, verse, bridge, blah, blah, blah. It's catchy, blah, blah, blah. Maybe a certain beat, maybe certain other elements. That makes a pop song. And then you're saying that these songs that get into the playlists, they're very similar. Are they all pop songs, or can you have them from different genres? But each kind of genre has its own little formula for how that genre... Is there a jazz playlist that all they must conform to? I don't know if jazz is a good example, or because it should be... free ball, but
jazz is the same. It has this. I think all of the genres now have this sort of a pop. This, you know, pop jazz, pop, pop soul, pop whatever, drum and bass even, or something like that, or pop house or whatever. And these genres, they have this. You know, underneath all of these, there's cool stuff. You can find even on Spotify, you can find stuff that's actually like interesting. And but there's this core of tracks in each of the genres that have these, or when you hit it, you're just like, okay, this is the track now that goes into this sort of I don't know, a ball of pop drum and bass tracks,
Yeah.
So so I guess it's the pop of every genre that has this specific sort of sound and the specific sort of so that nothing really pokes you. It's a smooth ball. It's and it has to be smooth because it's in a playlist. So if you listen to the playlist, it has to be all smooth.
Apparently, that's what humans want. Apparently,
yeah. Like I've been really wanting to have this. Like for example, on Spotify, there's this thing called like Discover Weekly or something like that.
Yeah.
I've really wanted it to have like a different algorithm, something that gives me only the things that I haven't listened to before. Because like at the moment it's the stupidest thing, because like it thinks that like I want to listen to the same track again that I've already listened to 3 years ago or something.
It's called Discover.
Yeah, exactly. It's just like it doesn't make any sense at the moment.
Is it? And is the algorithm finding these songs that go together in this ball that happen to have all of this same formula? Is the algorithm finding these similar songs by the listening patterns? Is that there's enough humans listening going, I like that one. Oh, I kind of like that one too. Is it finding it by that way, or is the algorithm actually analyzing the composition of the music to work this out, do you think?
I am not sure, but I think it's capable of doing both these days, because like there is so many programs that analyze music, for producers to up your skill in writing or something like that. Why wouldn't the richest company in the world in music have something like this?
It's a little bit scary, isn't it?
It is. Yeah.
They're just saying, no, this is what it's going to be. This is the...
And, people, like musicians aren't doing trends anymore. That's the thing. Like, you can't make it... You can, but, there's still... Spotify is sort of ruling or running it whole, They say who's going to be the next biggest act, essentially. Because they have the
gatekeepers,
programming.
Yeah, right. They
exactly.
are the gatekeepers. They are the new labels.